The Obama administration's directive to let transgender students use bathrooms and locker rooms that match their gender identity was cheered by supporters.
If President Obama walked through the door right now, what would happen?
I would go give him a hug.
Hunter Schaefer was assigned the male sex at birth, but says that doesn't reflect her gender identity. She's a plaintiff in a lawsuit against North Carolina's House Bill 2, which requires transgender people to use bathrooms that correspond with their assigned gender at birth. Schaefer says the Obama administration's announcement was an answered prayer.
Having something bigger come in and all of a sudden say that I exist and that my gender is valid, and that's a great feeling.
But governors and top leaders in other conservative states quickly railed against the federal guidance. The Texas lieutenant governor said he was willing to forfeit $10 billion in federal funding rather than comply.
He can keep his 30 pieces of silver. We will not yield to blackmail from the President of the United States.
The administration's directive came just days after the Justice Department and the state of North Carolina filed dueling lawsuits over the state's bathroom law. Friday's guidance does not impose any new legal requirements, but it's meant to clarify expectations of school districts that receive federal funding.
It helps schools understand that they have to respect a transgender student's name and gender pronouns, that they have to allow a trans student to play on a sports team consistent with their gender identity.
The directive cites Title IX, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex, but critics argue that's different from gender identity.
And they're willing to distort Title IX. This was an act passed by Congress, and so Congress is the one that has to make that decision to change or include or incorporate gender identity, and they haven't done so yet.
Not so, says the National Association of Secondary School Principals, which supports the directive.
This is a group of students that is bullied at much higher rates than other students, and because of the way that our culture at large tends to not accept them, we in schools will continue to go out of our way to make sure that they are embraced and that they are accepted.
As more states dig in against the directive, it could be just the beginning of a string of court fights over transgender bathroom access. Robert Bumstead, Associated Press.